listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Baby Daddy After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Baby Daddy After Show.
Hey guys, welcome. We have our own little rock band going on with the song right now. This is Baby Daddy, Season 3, Episode 4, Bonnie's Unreal Estate. I'm your host, Annika Michelle, and jamming out with me are...
Hello, I'm Anik Dufour.
Andreas, Leonard Skinner with Preacher's Daughter.
Yes.
So appropriate for today's episode.
It is a very appropriate song for tonight's episode because Miss Lucy Hale...
Pretty Little Liar.
She makes a guest appearance as Piper.
The Preacher's Daughter.
Preacher's Daughter. Boom, boom, boom.
That was fun.
That was a fun episode. I actually really liked it.
I did background on that episode.
What? We didn't see you.
I know, I was hiding my face. It's distracting when you see my face.
Oh,
Takes away from the other actors.
Derek's shirtless body?
No, I just remember it being funny because she's got like 3 million followers on Instagram. She's like the most popular human being on ABC Family. And I was working the bar scene where her character comes out for the first time and they film it in front of a live audience. So I remember the audience wasn't aware that she was going to be there. And that audience, they're kind of, you know, some of them are like crazy hardcore fans. And as soon as she came out and they saw her for the first time, people were like gasping and you could just feel the energy in the room. It was unreal. I've never felt anything like it. So it was... Just thought I'd throw on my
Thank you for that.
Thanks. But next time, don't hide your face because we like playing Find Andreas.
I have a nice back, though. I heard that's my best feature.
Oh.
On the back of his head. It's like...
I have a really like a perfect symmetrical back of my head.
I feel like...
My nose is a little crooked, so in certain lighting, it just looks really bad.
Oh, my goodness.
I look like a UFC fighter or something.
Oh, my gosh. Minus the cuts and bruises and, like, knocked out teeth.
True story.
Yeah. Well, let's get back in this episode and away from your back of your head. Well, a lot goes on, obviously. Melissa has this apartment that she's trying to sell because she has joined the real estate team.
Another one of her many callings that she has.
Brad hooked her up with this one.
Brad has hooked her up with a lot.
Yeah, totally. She's lucky.
Brad the Pad. I'm kind of bummed he wasn't in this episode. They just talked about him.
I know.
I would have liked to see Peter in this episode.
He's funny, man.
He's nice.
The scene where he was yelling, like when they were spying on Riley a couple episodes ago. I still think about that episode.
It's hilarious.
He'll be back though.
He will, for sure. But I like what you were saying. She had a calling, and
she always has a calling.
She always
every week she has a different calling.
I love how Ben's like, maybe you should stop answering or like hang up or something.
Exactly.
Bonnie reminds me of like she's like a young she's got like a really young mentality. She's a free spirit.
Yeah. Well, she had the kids young.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like she kind of regrets, you know, getting married and having kids because she doesn't want to grow up. I think mentally she hasn't grown up yet. Yeah. Because every episode it seems like she alludes to the fact that she's like, oh, I wish I didn't have you. I mean, it sounds messed up. Like, I think every mother, you know, is happy, you know, with what they brought into this world. At least my mom is. Yeah. I don't know. I can't speak for you guys.
Oh, thanks.
But
no,
like,
my mom's very happy.
Melissa's,
thank you, Andreas.
I mean, Bonnie's hip. She's fun.
Yeah. She's like the young cool mom.
She hasn't figured out what she wants to do with her life yet. And she's, what, 40-something on the show?
Yeah.
So that gives everybody hope. Because, you know, being a 20-something-year-old person, you know, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, it's scary at times. So it's nice to know that someone twice my age still hasn't figured it out yet.
But I just love how she always goes on random adventures to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's never like...
Process of elimination.
What happens to like the hair? Like the Bonnie's
she was like
hair,
a Bonnie's hairstylist. Like she had the belt. Then she did tanning. Then she did like, you know, this real... I can't even keep up real estate.
We should keep a tally of all the jobs
she was what's his name's manager?
Danny's
manager.
She still is, I think.
It's like, what's his name?
Really?
I was gonna say Derek.
Yeah. she's got to be making pretty decent loot on that. 10% of whatever
Right.
Danny's bringing
Of
in. He's in the
whatever-
NHL.
Whatever games that he goes to that we never see, and practices that he's off for, that he's always at home for some reason.
Which reminds me of the last episode. Remember when she bought all his jerseys?
Yeah.
Okay. I bought an Avalanche jersey. Those are like $100 a piece.
Oh, this is
They are.
ridiculous.
How did she afford all those?
I mean, these questions don't get answered.
Maybe we'll figure it out
where-
later on down the road.
Like, I still
the
have
finale.
like the question as to why her studio apartment is so big in New York
Seriously
City.
though, it's huge. I want my studio to look like that. Just FYI for everybody out there.
You want a big studio apartment?
I mean,
Well, it's the same thing with Friends. They never really answer that question. Nobody ever works on that show, and they have the sickest apartments ever. I think everybody
it's
wants
true.
that.
It's true. But going back to this in apartments, so Ben tries to help out his mom, and he finds out that, what's the girl's name? Carol, right? Carol?
Oh
Other real
yeah,
estate
Boss?
person,
Bonnie's
Carol?
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was tapping Brad? Or-
She wanted to
no,
tap
Brad.
Brad. I don't
no,
think she...
they never did.
No.
No.
Oh,
That's the whole jealousy thing.
Yeah.
she's so cute too.
You think?
She's a hottie. I looked her up. She looked familiar. She's the Selena Gomez's mom on.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
That's like a tongue twister. Say that 3 times fast.
Wizards of Waverly Place, Wizards of Waverly Place,
And
Wizards
she
of
actually
Waverly
does
Place.
Whatever. You do vocal warm ups. That's not fair. In your
Theater
car,
vocal warm-ups.
Stuck on the 405, like
Oh
doing.
my gosh. But she tells Ben that if she doesn't sell this apartment by Monday, that she's going to fire Bonnie, because Ben actually puts to fire the apartment that she was going to sell
Right, with a candle.
while baby Emma was there.
Right.
But they, I mean,
and
he just-
leftover cheese and
Yeah.
crackers in the bar.
Ben always seems like he means well, like everything, whether it's taking Riley on a date and leaving her on a metro, or trying to save his mom from losing the job. His heart's in the right place,
true.
but his execution is not very good.
And you would think he would learn by now. Like, you would think he'd be like, okay, I've messed up way too many times. I need to, like, make sure this doesn't mess up. And it always does. This poor kid.
It's great though. It's great. As a fan of the
great
show, we
television.
like to watch him
Yeah.
mess up. It makes us feel better
yeah,
about ourselves.
ourselves, definitely. I agree.
It's like reality TV.
But not reality.
16
yeah.
and pregnant. I always feel better after I watch
Oh
that
my
show.
God.
Wait, no, is it 16 or 15? I think it gets
16 and
younger
pregnant.
every
You're
season.
right.
And then
Yeah.
there's Teen Mom, too.
Every season it's going to be like 13, 12.
Yeah.
11.
It's
10 and pregnant.
Oh my God.
I still believe in Santa. Oh, and by the way, I'm pregnant.
Horrible. But the problem, so he puts one apartment on fire.
Right.
And so then the Carol's like, well, she needs to sell another apartment. If she can sell this one by Monday, then we'll have no problem. Like, then she can keep her job.
Rent it. I don't think it's that hard.
Rent it.
I mean,
Yeah.
sell would be
But
kind
did you
of a-
see what it's next to? It's next to that church with the loud bells.
No, that was the other one.
No, that's the second
The
apartment she
second
had
apartment
to
had
sell.
the
yeah.
loud
Yeah,
bells.
the second apartment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know, but it went off during the day. I mean, most
I
people
mean,
are at work during the day, unless they're like stay-at-home mom that does yoga class. That could be part of the practice.
Yeah.
And now coming to Chaturanga.
But, you know, I think she did that obviously on purpose. She gave her a hard apartment to sell because she wants to fire Bonnie because she's jealous that she has this relationship with Brad the Pad.
She's able to
Right.
like if she's able to rent out that apartment next to a church with a ridiculously loud bell, you cannot fire her after that.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
proved it.
Yep.
How long do you think she'll keep this job for?
I
An
give it, like,
episode.
another episode, yeah.
One more episode.
I think next week is going to be some other thing that's her calling and she's off doing, I don't know, maybe like picking vegetables or something. Like, something out there.
Picking vegetables.
Vegetables.
I mean, like, that's just random.
How do you get fired from that?
You didn't pick it when it's ripe.
Oh yeah. True.
I mean, I've never been a farmer. I have no idea. Maybe I'm wrong out there, but
It's a hard job.
it is a hard job.
I've never done it. It looks hard. The idea that you have to get up at 4 a.m. just
No.
is a turn off to me. That's the time I usually go to bed.
Yeah, right.
True. The insomniac over here.
Yeah.
The panel full of insomniacs, actually.
Exactly.
But anyways, going back to the show, she was able to sell it.
Rent it.
Rent it, right.
To
okay.
deaf nuns.
If she sold it, she would be set. I
Right,
mean, think
def-
about it.
def-
New York,
She wanted
6% of like that.
She wanted to originally rent it to Piper, which we'll get into that whole story in a
Yeah.
second, but they didn't get it
So she ended up renting it out to 2 nuns.
that are
Perfect.
deaf.
That were deaf.
So that's even more perfect.
Oh. So if they had a calling to the Lord, they wouldn't have been able to hear it.
Oh my God, Andreas.
He would have to sign it.
Well, they were
have to sign
signing.
it?
They were signing.
What is going on right now?
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. They were signing in the episode. And then Bonnie and Ben had these like big headphone kind of what we're wearing right now. They kind of had these things
Earmuffs,
on. Yeah. And they weren't able to hear the bells, and neither were the deaf nuns. And Bonnie was able to keep her job and keep Brad the Pad. And
well, yeah, she also threatened
to take Brad
away from the the #1 realtor in New York or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that helped her a lot.
It did.
He's her like her #1 like
person,
agent.
Yeah. And she doesn't want to lose eye candy. Like, God knows who else works in that office.
Beauty and brains. Well, he doesn't really have brains. He's charming.
He's very charming, and he's good
Goes
looking.
a long ways
so
in sales, yeah.
You know,
he would kill like if he sold like high end like women's like stilettos at Nordstrom's or Saks during the holidays. That guy would be
any
rolling
girl
in
would be
dough.
like, oh, you think these look good on me? Okay, they're $5,000. Okay,
yeah, right.
I'll take 2.
I'll take 10.
He's like, well, you get both of them. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was that little mini story going on, but the bigger picture in this episode was with guest star Lucy Hale.
Boom, chicka, boom, wow.
There you go. I like that little theme song for her. And,
Porn music.
Yeah. Only he would play that when I say Lucy Hale. But she plays Piper. Most of you guys all obviously know that she's on Pretty Little Liars. And
Yay!
It's another ABC Family
I think
show.
that's the #1 show on ABC Family. Period.
Drama, yeah.
Like,
it's been on for a while.
that show kills.
I mean, it literally does.
Did you
People
see
do die.
I've never actually watched it.
I never watched it.
I saw the previews though. After this episode, they had previews of the next Pretty Little Liars, and it looked pretty crazy because the premiere episode is all in like black and white, and it was
that's
done
crazy.
film noir or whatever. Did you see it or?
I saw the commercial for it, but I haven't
pretty
watched
cool.
it. But she plays Piper on this episode, and Riley is hired to cover a case
Yeah.
for her dad, who's this like famous preacher.
Hence why we had Leonard Skinner's intro song to the show.
Thank you, Andreas,
In Love with the Preacher's Daughter.
that song suggestion.
It was good. That's a good song. We talked over the Preacher's Daughter lyric though, so
It's okay. I think people figured out what it was.
after I made him figure it out.
But Riley's kind of put on charge to babysit Piper and make sure she doesn't get into trouble because media's following her everywhere and paparazzi, which is like, really? Why would they follow the daughter? I mean, I don't know.
It was a
Whatever.
big case. I think it was
Yeah, probably.
It got a lot of media attention, so her job,
Well,
her huge task, was to basically babysit Lucy Hale, Piper, and she didn't do a great job.
No, she
But
didn't.
Lucy's not an easy person to babysit. Her character, Piper, was not making it easy for her.
No.
Because when she's introduced, Riley thinks she's like the perfect,
Like,
Girl Scout, innocent, never been
Church
kissed,
girl.
never had a sip of alcohol, called it a sin and tonic.
Sin and tonic.
thought that
I was
funny.
laughing.
That was great.
I didn't order a sin and tonic. I think she should have spit it in Ben's face personally, but that's fine. I would have. I didn't order this.
Yeah, but we later find out she's kind of an alcoholic.
I mean, she's like partying it down.
Yeah.
She's not as innocent as you may think. She's a little liar.
She like takes her like,
her hair down. She takes those conservative clothes off. She's got a sexy little bustier
Yeah, they
on.
played strip poker. Wasn't
Yeah.
it
Yeah, I was.
Because she like lost her wallet because she wanted to get rid of Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She stole it.
Well, she hid it in her purse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so Riley's like out chasing, trying to find this wallet, leaves Piper alone with Danny and Tucker.
She's very comfortable with her body and she has a lot of confidence. That was the first
Piper,
time
you mean?
that was the first time she met Tucker and Danny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So she just walks in there, lets her hair down, takes her shirt off, and she's like in a, what do they call them, bustiers?
Yeah.
Why is she wearing a bustier?
I mean, I don't know. It's a sexy little midriff top.
Do people just walk around in bustiers in New York?
I guess. I don't know.
She
I've
does.
I never asked anybody in
Hold
New
on,
York.
let me adjust my bustier.
She's like,
I mean, it was a cute top. I have to give it to her. That was cute. It was
She
a cute
killed it with a
outfit.
little hair flip.
yeah, the hair.
That's
flip
never
thing.
happened to me in life. Like, I've never had a girl over and she just did that perfectly, like a Old Spice commercial.
I
or
don't
something.
think it can happen perfectly.
No,
in
right?
real life.
Yeah, I think there was about 10 takes.
It's like
Yeah.
a fan or something like blowing.
Yeah. I mean, oh, guys, they're funny. But
But she got the guy's attention.
of course she did.
And that was funny because the guys had that little side bet going on. Not who would get a girl first, but who
wouldn't.
get a girl. That's the stupidest bet I've ever heard.
really is,
Coming from
though.
a guy, like a heterosexual male, like the fact that you would make a bet with your friend who couldn't get a girl, like what's the point?
Who'd swear off women the longest kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the point of life?
I don't know.
What's the point of life?
That would suck.
This doesn't make any sense.
And the winner just got to pay the other person's bar tab. Like, how much are you drinking?
Well, Derek's
Yeah,
a big
right.
guy. I mean, he probably has a pretty big tolerance.
Right, but
Yeah.
Ben's also the bartender. So honestly, is he charging?
I don't know. That's a great question.
You know, I mean, your brother's the bartender. I don't think he's charging you for drinks.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where when you make a bet with someone, I don't really think it's the stakes that matter. It's the fact that you're going to be able to have the bragging rights
To
afterwards.
say you did it.
I beat you. Nobody wants to lose.
No, would you make that bet?
No, that's stupid. I would win without trying. I'd be like, oh.
You would win not getting girls.
Yeah. I mean, girls don't just fly. I'm kind of like a homebody. I don't really go out that much, so I would have a pretty easy job, you know, unless I met some girl on Call of Duty online or something.
Girls who
Can
play
you
Call of
imagine?
Duty.
People meet
I'll
that
start
way.
playing now.
We all know what he does
Have
on
a
his
really
free time.
like sexy gamer tag name.
You know, like Great Casanova.
I tracked a lot of things with that game tag name.
Things.
They're not all great.
Oh my
Then they get on the
goodness.
microphone. They're like, "Oh, hi, Greek Casanova." I'm like, logging off now, which is why I'm up to 4 a.m.
I bet. Anyways, moving on from their bet and what he does at 4 a.m.
Well, we figure out what Danny does at 4 a.m. in this episode. Twice. Remember that?
I do remember that. I do. And I have to say, I think I liked his shirt on her.
Oh, Danny's shirt on Lucy?
Piper.
Yeah.
Or Piper?
Yeah. Because it was like, I mean, he's really tall, obviously, and she's tiny.
She looked cute.
And it like was like pretty much a dress.
Yeah, it looked good. Very conservative. It looked like an urban outfit, like fall collection.
Fall collection shirt. Oh my
Abercrombie.
gosh. But yeah, then, you know, she ends up sleeping with Danny.
Yeah, no surprise there.
With his shirt off in strip poker, I mean, really, his shirt came off, Tucker's shirt got unbuttoned.
Did you? I like the
Tucker shirt.
I like the moment where Ben and Piper were in the hallway, and Piper tells Ben like, you know, Riley's completely in love with you, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he was completely like, he was out of the loop. He had no idea that she still had feelings for him, which is, you got to be stupid to not realize that Riley clearly has feelings for you.
It's like so
But that was like an
obvious.
aha moment, like, oh my God, she still has feelings for me. And then she says something. Remember that moment where he thinks she's hitting on him?
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, I can't, you know, blah blah blah. So I thought that was a funny moment.
I also liked
She
when
just like rolls her eyes.
he comes like running in the apartment and Piper and Riley are still sitting there, and she just told Piper, like, because Piper was like, oh, you can go meet guys, it's fine, or I'm sure everyone wants you. And she was like, yeah, you know, there's guys all after me. And then like Ben walks in and then he says like, I need to talk to you guys as the person I'm looking for. And then she's like, not now, see what I mean, I can't even fight them
Yeah.
off. And then he was like, I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Piper.
She's funny. Riley's got really good moments.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
does.
does.
She does. It's just like, although I'm kind of surprised Piper being as conniving as she was to like trick the guys and trick Riley that she's that innocent that she didn't end up sleeping with Ben.
That you're surprised she
Yeah.
didn't sleep with Ben?
Yeah, I'm surprised that she ended up hooking with Danny and not Ben, because
not
like
Ben.
she was lying to everyone the entire episode and like playing with everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the writers on the show are smarter than that, though, because they want, you know, the audience to obviously be split between who Riley ends up with between Ben and Danny.
Right.
And if Ben screwed up twice, slept with 2 different girls in 2 consecutive episodes, everybody's obviously going to be Team Danny because Ben obviously
that's
doesn't
true.
care.
Yeah.
So
True.
the fact that, you know, she went after Danny and Danny was okay with it and he was okay with telling Riley about it, it's almost like, you know, it's split, you know, because Danny still had feelings for Riley, or, I mean, obviously
Right.
still has feelings for Riley, but if he still thought there was a chance with Riley, he probably would have been like, no.
But honestly, I mean, guys out there, if you're watching, or the one that's sitting here next to us,
Yeah,
who
right.
would say no if Lucy Hale or any pretty girl like that came up to you and was like, hey, let's go? Like, you had the chance, some pretty girl standing in front of you.
That's never.
You don't have to answer the question. Whatever, like, it's
Let's
never
go.
happened.
Let's go.
Yeah, all the time. Let's go. Where? The bathroom? Where are we going?
Okay, not let's go, but you know what I
The
mean?
red
Like,
box?
if they're like, want to hook up with you, I don't think any guy's going to be like, I mean, if you're attractive and they're attracted to you, or I don't think any guys would be like,
true.
no, sorry.
True. But I mean, if I still had feelings for a girl, like I thought, Danny still has feelings for Riley,
Right.
I wouldn't, be so open about it. I wouldn't be so vocal about it because I wouldn't want her to think that I'm a player,
Right, that's
or
true.
that
What
I
a
don't,
gentleman.
like-
That's
No,
sweet.
that's very
I mean,
nice.
obviously, if I really like someone and I saw a future with that person, I'm not going to try to screw it up.
By just hooking
And
up
if
with
I
somebody,
did
yeah.
hook up with other girls, I would definitely not let her know about it or make it like, just throw it out
And
there.
there goes the reason, like,
No,
just
it's
out
true.
the door. What he said before, she's
It's
now out the
it's
door.
an honest thing. You're being
It's
an
true, it
honest
is honest.
person.
No, it's
Yeah,
true. It's
it's
true.
true.
Because like
true.
hooking up with somebody when you're not in a relationship, there's nothing wrong
There
with
isn't.
that.
Right.
But hooking up with somebody when you're not in a relationship, but then telling somebody you potentially want to be in a relationship with, just throwing it in her face.
That
like,
sucks.
That's just messed up. Yeah.
No girl likes that. So
No.
guys, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Don't throw it
Yeah.
back in their face.
Next episode, next week on Loveline.
But in the end, Ben does sneak out with Piper to go see this apartment before, because he's trying to convince her to buy it before. I mean, rent it
Yeah.
before.
He's desperate to rent that place out. He
Well, do you
really-
blame him?
really
He
cares about
caught
his mom.
he caused the fire.
Yeah. I mean, I would do the same thing too.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, we need to rent this out. 'Cause
Now.
I feel bad. Yeah.
I wonder if
The
anybody
stupid candle that he had.
Did anybody get hurt in that fire? We never found
No,
out.
it
No,
was
just
like
the
a bag of
apartment
Cheetos or
went down.
something.
It's like, oh no, cool, the fire's the apartment's not on fire. It's all good though. It's like they kind of downplay the fact that an apartment in New York just burned down.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all good. It happens all the time.
I'm surprised that it being such a high-end case that Piper and her dad aren't going to be there for a while. Because in the beginning they said, like, oh, you're going to be here for a few months, so you need an apartment. She's like, yeah, we do. And then, like, this is it. This is it. The case is done. She's done babysitting them. She hooked up with Danny.
Yeah. In and out.
And that was
Open
it.
and shut case, apparently. Did we find out how
She
that
lied
case,
to
Did we find
everyone?
out how it ended?
No. I'm going to guess good if they're leaving and he's not
Yeah.
going to jail.
Well, he might.
Yeah.
25 to life. He might be going to death row. New York. Do they do the death penalty in New York?
I have
I
no idea.
don't
Anybody
remember.
in New York watching?
We'll find out next episode. Yeah, tweet us and let us know.
Oh my goodness.
If they have the death penalty in New York.
We'll just call Piper. Unfortunately, I tried to get Lucy Hale on the
He did.
show.
He
I
did.
tried for you guys, but she's doing this huge country radio tour. She just has an album coming out. She has a single out that's doing really, really well. It's like #1 country song on iTunes or something crazy like that. And then our episode's at 8, and she's doing another radio interview in like Oregon right now. So it just couldn't happen. But hopefully
Hopefully
maybe
another time.
like during the we'll get her on here just to
Something.
talk about
Yeah.
whatever. Because
Maybe she'll come
Live.
back like in the next season or something.
Yeah.
As like another
yeah,
star.
when I spoke with her, she loved being on the show and she had a really good time. So her character could come back at any time. They didn't kill her.
They did not kill her.
Didn't kill her
great.
off.
The dad maybe, if there's a death penalty, but
Yeah,
not
he
her.
might be gone. She's gonna have daddy issues after
The
that.
invisible dad.
She'll be back.
have daddy issues.
But it was thank you for trying, because he really did, guys. He really did try to get her to call in, and I appreciate that. And
Yeah, no problem. Anything for our AfterBuzz family.
but hopefully you guys all should go check out her song, since we're talking about her and Piper and everything.
Yeah, but I don't know the name of the song.
It's
so
okay.
now
Go
what
to
are we gonna
iTunes,
say?
put Lucy Hale. I'm sure it'll pop up.
It's really catchy. Yeah, it's doing really, really well. So
So go check it out.
she's got a great voice. What I didn't know about Lucy, when I talked to her, she told me she never, and you know this too, we were talking about this earlier, because Ryan Seacrest posted a picture on his Instagram page with Lucy Hale.
Yeah.
And how Lucy got her start was she was on a like a kind of an American Idol.
Like a Star Search kind of thing.
for like younger people, like teenagers or
Yeah.
something. And she ended up winning that show. So her real passion before acting was singing. Ended up winning the singing contest, but that brought her to Los Angeles, and she ended up falling into acting. And I mean, it's
crazy
been
how
really,
life works
it's
out.
been
Crazy
really
how
good to
things
her.
work out, yeah.
But now she's on a tour
A hit
doing her country
show
thing.
and-
She's gonna have a Grammy probably.
I mean, it's crazy. Well, best of
Killing
luck
it.
to her.
Yes.
And you guys all go get her song on iTunes, listen to it, support her. She's really cool.
And support us.
Support
on
us?
iTunes.
Yeah, and hit her up on
Comment, tweet.
Instagram and be like, "Why weren't you on the show?
Andreas tried to book to you.
We miss you."
Should we move on to predictions?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do it.
Oh, such a delayed response. Oh, okay. There we go.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
There's no flashing lights this time.
There it
oh, there
goes.
it is. There it is.
There it
Okay,
is.
it got
See the
it
flashing
got crazy
lights.
here with the predictions.
Those are nice lights. LED.
Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Okay.
Okay. I actually want to see more Bonnie and Tucker. I think that like they're
Their
like
chemistry.
them two together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I don't know. Like that's just my main thing right now. I think that it's going to be like going back and forth between Danny and Riley's going to be going back and forth between Danny and Ben and
Yeah.
the whole season.
So is that a prediction?
I don't know if that's a prediction.
I think that was a statement. I want to see more.
I think that they're going to. I predict. I don't know. I predict that it's going to be back and forth.
Okay, since I'm the next lady here, I want Peter Porte to be back as Brad the Pad. I want Bonnie. I guess I should not say I want. I guess it's weird. Like we're putting our requests in this. No one's listening to these requests.
They've already filmed all the episodes.
Yeah. No one's gonna go back and reshoot because of these. But
Yeah, right.
I want to see Peter again, and I want Bonnie to keep this crazy real estate business of hers. And I want. Gosh dang it! I really want Riley to pick one.
Just pick somebody.
Or like I want
Pick Tucker or something.
Okay, you know what? I
Pick
kind of
somebody.
miss Danny and Riley because they haven't done anything yet this season, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next episode, I want Danny and Riley. Let's forget Ben for a second because he's messed up a few too many times. And Danny, sweep her off her feet, and let's do something else this episode. Next one.
Yeah.
Nice. My prediction: Bonnie's not going to be at the job that much longer. I also predict that Danny's going to get in a relationship, but not with Riley. I think he needs to get in a relationship with a girl just to get his mind off of Riley. I think that will happen. Ben and Riley's not going to move on, I don't think, because she obviously is still in love with Ben.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think Ben is just going to keep failing miserably trying to get Riley back.
Poor baby.
I think there's going to be more of a Tucker and Bonnie storyline because they're great. They work well together.
So good.
And Peter's going to be back. Obviously, Brad the
Brad the Pad.
back by popular demand. Maybe we could get him on the show.
Yes.
Let's get Brad on the
Ladies
show.
demand. Brad the Pad.
Get him to sell some real estate. He could sell his real estate.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're so bummed, you guys,
Yeah.
because Annika's leaving. This is her last Baby
It's my
Daddy
last
show.
Yeah, but I'll be back.
Can you call in from
I'll
Florida?
I'll totally call in.
Where
Because
you
I don't
from?
sleep, so I'll
Florida.
just totally call in.
Hot and humid. It's going to get a lot
Yeah.
hotter in Florida when Anik goes
Miami,
there.
hell yeah. You know it.
Well, we had fun with her, and make sure you guys still follow her on.
Yes. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Anik Dufour, my website, anikdufour.com.
And you can follow me on Instagram, Greek Casanova, C-A-S-A Nova, like Novocaine, because I make the girls go nom, nom,
Oh
nom.
my goodness. Every week when you spell it out and you give a different thing,
I
it
know,
cracks me
it's-
up. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. You can find me on Instagram, Annika Michelle 1, Twitter at Annika_Michelle, my website, AnnikaMichelle.com. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.